Hello, I'm YouTube riffing footnote Josh Way here with a bit of a personal update for viewers of my channel. If you're only here for the riffs, then this might be boring and lame. If you support me on Patreon, bless you, but you may be familiar with some of this, although there is a little bit of new information in here as well. Essentially, I just wanted to check in. I've had a bit of a rough go on YouTube lately. I lost my partnership status and I can't monetize videos. So all the fun's been happening on Patreon for a while anyway, but I still want to post here. I got my subscribers and I've been on YouTube for a very long time. So I don't want to leave everybody in the lurch. And some of the stuff that I have been freer to talk about behind paywalls and in other feeds, I wanted to bring a little bit of that here and just kind of address some things here on the channel. So again, this is just going to be a personal update and not a particularly fun one, but skippable if you don't care. So it's fine. I won't even know. I don't get like an email that says this guy clicked off. I actually get stats that tell me how often people drop off. But anyway, so here's the thing. Life has conspired, my friends, to serve up what can only be described as a complete hard reset on life for your old pal Josh here. I have lost my job. You may remember that I famously lost a job in 2023 that I'd had for 25 years, and that I was unemployed, and it was a bit of an emergency. I didn't think I would be looking for work, and then I had trouble finding a job, and I finally found a job. I have lost that job. Won't get into that. It wasn't particularly like I wasn't like terminated with prejudice or anything. It was just a layoff and a restructuring, and the job wasn't a great fit to begin with. So that happened, but it's just one of many things that are all happening at the same time. So I, at the same time, even as far back as that original loss of my job when that institution I worked for closed in 2023, even at that point, I was already going through a bit of a domestic situation where essentially even going through a slow motion divorce for several years. And that is coming to a head now. That's all going to be actually finalized very soon. I just lost the job. And on top of it all, even before I lost the job, it's just been a slow realization over recent years that I cannot afford to live where I live. And now I literally can't afford to live where I live. But here I live in Metro New York, Rockland County, Southern New York. I worked in Northern Jersey, and I lived over the border here. I live in Rockland County, suburban New York. And it's just too expensive to live here. And for what? You have access to the city, which is nice, but it's just way too costly to live in a place that's just overcrowded and not fun to live. And I now have nothing except for, not absolutely nothing. My daughter will still go to school here, and I'm not going to wander too far away from where she is, and she'll always have a place with me, of course. But I have nothing keeping me here professionally in this area. So I'm casting a wider net looking for a new situation, and not just a new job, but a new situation, a new life. And specifically, I'm turning my eyes northward to where I hail from, which is kind of the Hudson Valley, Dutchess County. They call it upstate down here, but it's not actually upstate. Up near the Poughkeepsie area is where I come from. It's more affordable to live there. I have some friends and supports up there already, so it just makes sense for me to kind of look in that direction. So that's all happening now, and it doesn't really affect the channel. I've been dancing around a lot of things and vague posting and talking about stuff for a while, and now that everything's become really urgent and all these things are happening, and I have to sell my house as quick as possible and I have to find a new situation, I just want to be honest and put it out into the universe that this is happening to me, and I'm accepting it as a refresh. I'm trying to make it positive. I'm trying to make it, a new opportunity for a whole new situation, because that's what it is. I have no choice. What else can it be? And, I've also been kind of, the fact that all this is happening now, I turned 50 this year. I'm no spring chicken, folks. And if I wouldn't wish most of these things to happen to me or anyone at any point, but if they were going to happen, why couldn't they happen, 25 years ago when I was younger and I could have used some of these hard lessons then? Now I'm just old and I'm ready to settle in. I could feasibly retire in 10 or 15 years. but I have to start all over again and find a new situation. And but I'm trying to be positive about it, and I'm trying to take advantage of it, because at this age I'm also like getting more and more what's the best way to say it? Like I find it I know what I like and what I don't like. I'm finding it like I'm over that thing of like, well, I got to make a living, I got to find a secure situation, which I do, but I've just been working marketing forever because that's what I could get. That's skills I have: design and web design and coding and email and databases and all that stuff. But I'm just ready to admit out loud that I have no passion for marketing. I do not like marketing. Marketing is when a creative person and an artist can't. There are professional people who like business and marketing, and that's what their degree is in, and they want to do it. I acknowledge that. But there's also, I'm part of the other constituency of artists and creative people who cannot make it as an artist, can't find their place in just strictly in the arts. And so marketing is when you take those same skills and you lend them to someone else in a business to help them make money, and maybe they share a little bit of it with you. So I may end up sticking with that because I have those skills, although I'm old, and I find that a lot of people don't want to hire an old guy with too much experience. But I'm also at the same time going to really try to find my way creatively. And if you know, I have less to lose if you don't have a mortgage and you don't have this thing of where I just have to serve this like credit monster. If I can live a little more lightly, maybe I'll just, rent a room, maybe I'll just buy a used car, maybe I'll just be a little like more transient or whatever, and then I would have more elbow room to be more creative. And I would even like work in like a shop or something, to make ends meet. And then I'm romanticizing this possibility in my head. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But as far as things that are under my control, I will continue to create content. I'm going to continue to engage with people on Patreon, post things here. And I do have one other project that's coming soon where I'm using my art more. I've been calculating this for a while. Calculating makes it sound cold and uncreative. I've been brewing this. I've been wrestling with it. I've been working on it for a long time, and it's almost ready to launch. And it just happens to coincide with losing my job that I'm ready to launch this thing, which will include a whole nother Patreon and a whole nother endeavor, a whole other outlet for me. So I'm looking forward to all of that. I thank you just so much for your patronage in the generic sense over the years. And then for those of you who have joined me over on Patreon, literally for your patronage, I thank you. I thank you for giving me an outlet and just making me feel like, when everything else is just annoying and I have to go to, some conference or meeting that I'm doing strictly to, check boxes and make money and pay the mortgage or whatever, I knew that I always had my little audience of weirdos, and I was gonna give them some jokes and some art and some things, and I've always cherished having that on the side. And so thank you. And right now, this kind of stuff is what's helping me through. This is helping me cope with a whole lot of unhappy things that are happening all at once. And I'll keep you updated. And I'll talk to you again soon. And more shorts coming soon. I'm going to go write one right now. So thanks a lot. And I'll talk to you soon. Josh out.